What's good, people? Welcome to the Game is the Game podcast, episode 11. It's been a minute, so I think the last episode was, over a month ago now. So since then, I've been busy. I've been caught up, back trading, working. Yeah, it's been hectic, man. It's been hectic. But anyway, let's go the current affairs. So since the last episode, actually, I think that was on the Queen's passing, and that was literally when the new Prime Minister was put in place. And now, not even 2 months later, she's gone. So a lot of people were calling for Boris to leave, and some people had their hopes and faith in Liz Truss. Not even 2 months later, she's gone. So that shows that you can't rely on no politicians. You can't rely on anybody external. You have to rely on yourself. Literally, it's just you against the world. Now, you might get help from time to time, but for the most part, forget anything. Forget politicians. Forget the government as a whole. Forget systems. Everything. Just, it's you. Everything is on you. Oh, another thing that happened recently, Conor Benn failed the drugs test. So I was looking forward to that fight with Eubank Jr. He was found with, I can't remember the name of it now, but yeah, he was found with something in his system, and he's trying to say he's innocent. And obviously, who knows? I don't know how it got in his system, but this is the thing about reputation. It's like, once something is on your name, marked against you, it's hard to, even if you are innocent, it's hard to brush that off. Like, so many people have been accused of something, and they may not even have done it, but it's like, once that is, you got that mark against your name, that's it, man. It reminds me of in The Wire. You've seen The Wire, Marlowe, there's a scene, a mad scene. Marlowe's I think he's in jail, and like two of these guys come and they're talking about what was happening outside, and then one of the guys mentions, someone said something about you, someone mentioned your name, and he's like, what are they talking about? Like, what they say about my name? And he's like, and the guy tries to brush it off, like, no, don't worry, and then he starts getting vexed, like, because he understands that my name is my name. Like, the reputation that I have, it precedes him, and it's that you have to cherish that, you have to honor that, you have to protect it. So you can't just be out here doing a madness and, you know, getting dirt on your name, because the dirt, it's like a white shirt, isn't it? Once it gets a little stained, you know, you can use vanish in that, but it's not going to be the same. So keep your name clean, stay out of trouble. Yeah, because it's also, the reputation thing is about, how do you see yourself? Like, it's one thing for people to view you a certain way, you know, that's outside of you, but if you don't even see yourself in a positive light, then, you know, you've already lost half the battle. So it's like, you gotta rate yourself, man. You have to, yeah, man, because let me take you back to a time. Because this time of the year, like Q4, last 3 months, so this is the time to make moves. This is the time to plan. This is time to analyze how the last 9-10 months have gone, and then put a plan in place, a vision in place for the next year. Even, well, really you should be doing like the next 5 years, but at minimum 2023. We don't know if we're gonna see it or not. Lord knows, but fail to plan, plan to fail. So yeah, make sure you got a plan in place. So that's what this episode is about, because today was a crazy day for me. It's been a long road, and so I got back into trading options. Today I made 1.3k. It was just over 100% trade in 7 minutes. So it's crazy to think, like, 7 minutes is all it took to make that amount of money. And this is not even to boast about the amount, because that's it's a minor amount. Like 1.3k is not going to change my life, but I guess it's more of the process and what it's taken to get here, and the journey that I've been on to get back to this position. Because if I rewind back to 2021, it's funny, it's literally about a year ago. A year ago I had big plans. I had big money that I had saved, put it in options, and I was like, okay, this is the plan I'm gonna have. I'm gonna make this much money. I'm gonna buy a house. I'm gonna, help my family, do all these things. And then literally, so now we're talking about October 21, and bearing in mind I just had a daughter in the September, so there was no time for mistakes. Like, everything had to go according to plan. And unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, looking back now, I don't know, time will tell, but at the time the account blew up. Like, I lost all the money, and losing the money is one thing, like, it was a lot, but what I realized is the money can be got back, but in losing the money, you lose a lot with the money, if that makes sense. So you lose some of your confidence in yourself, and then you'll find other people lose confidence in you as well, and then all the plans, hopes, dreams that you had made all go out the window. So it wasn't even just the loss of the money, it was the loss of the opportunity cost of what the money could have done. And then you're back at square one, even worse than square one, because now I found myself in a worse position than when I started. So it's like, not only did I lose the money, I didn't make any money, I went back into a worse position, and all the hopes and dreams and plans and things that I had in place they just couldn't beat. And it's like, that was a major setback. But I told myself at the time, this is a year ago, I said, okay, it's probably going to take me about a year to get back on my feet, like, because the loss was that much. And I said, alright, I'm not going to trade options until I'm ready. And I predicted I would be ready around September, October of this year, and it just so happens that was exactly when I came back in the game. So it's like, from this time last year all the way to maybe August, I've just been building back, slowly. It's like, it's been a long journey to get back here. So the winning trade today is just like, I don't know, it's like the cherry on top of the cake, I guess. It's like the whole year that it's taken me to get to this place, this position, and the vision that I had back then, to see it now come into fruition. It's crazy. It's like, the money doesn't really mean anything. Like, I'm not saying that it doesn't mean anything, but it's not major. It's not making a major difference in my life. But what is the faith that I knew I would be back. And now that I'm back, the lessons that I've learned and the things I experienced and the losses that I took is that you can't buy that. Although you could say you bought it in terms of the loss itself, but like you can't buy this experience. So now that I'm trading, it's like I'm trading as a totally different person to the one I was a year ago. Like this version of me has now seen things and seen where it can go wrong and where it can go right. And I've corrected a lot of my mistakes. So now it's like, and before I was trading I was trading for the short term. So I was in a rush. Whereas now it's like, okay, I'm not trading for the short term. I've got a long-term plan and I know I'm gonna get there. Like I don't know how long it's gonna take, but I know this is gonna be the vehicle, because you need a vehicle in life that's gonna make you enough money to be free, and then with that money you plant it somewhere else in order to grow and to give you cash flow, dividends, whatever. So I decided, okay, options is my only option. Like, this is what I'm gonna do. And yeah, it's taken me so long to get back here, and it's like to start. Well, no, I started a few weeks ago, but to hit that trade in the early, like out the gate, it's a good feeling. I'm not that I'm gonna get caught up with it, because you know that's how you start getting overconfident and start to lose. But it's a sign that I'm back. Like I said, I will be back, and I'm back. And I don't know if everybody believed me at the time, because when I left, you know, it was a down time, because a lot of us were taking big L's, and we came into the game with big plans, and we started with big wins, and then from there everything just went south. But I knew I'll be back. But I also knew that I couldn't continue trading at the time, because if I did, I probably would have went bankrupt. Because it's like you have to learn when you're in too deep, and then you have to catch yourself, and then you need to play your position. You need to sit on the sideline. And I knew sitting on the sideline, recouping my losses, it's going to take me a good year to get back on my feet. So yeah, sometimes just pull yourself. If you're in something and you realize, like, Ross, I'm in over my head, you need to fall back. Like you have to. And what's mad is during this whole time, like, people around me have been having major wins in life, like from families to marriages and kids to businesses, just crazy sales, just crazy ventures, and buying new whips, all sorts. And it's like, I'm so gassed for my people, you know, to see them winning. But at the same time, it's like, I'm not winning at the moment, but I knew my time is gonna come. It's not my time now. So for the time being, you know, like a cheerleader, you know, I clap for the man there and, you know, praise their wins. I'm gassed that they were winning, like, because you need, at the same time, even though it's not you need to be around winners, even if you're not winning at the moment, because it keeps you motivated. Like, it stops you from just regressing. Because when you're in the dark, like, it's easy to say you could easily just say, right, like, I took a big L, like, this is me now, this is my life, like, this is what I'm on now, like, there's no coming back, there's no hope. But yeah, abundant, you can never fold, man. You just have to keep going. And but by having people around you that's winning, it just makes it that much easier just to say, right, can't give up, man, because I've seen these men, I've seen what they're doing, like, and if they can do it, I can do it. And not necessarily even in doing the same thing, but just like to the same level, the same degree of success, I guess. So yeah, I just wanted to say it's the end of 2022, and the year might not have gone as you planned. Like maybe this year you took L's, but it's like you have to realize that it's part of the game, it's part of life. You can't. Well, maybe you can avoid it to some degree, but at the same time, there's valuable lessons that you learn and you can take on to the next stage, the next chapter. So this whole, to be honest, this whole year has been a mad one. I call it like the foundational year, because it's like I had to do everything to get back, almost back to zero, back to the foundation. But I knew I needed the foundation in place in order to grow, because I couldn't do what I was doing before without a solid foundation. So now I got that in place. It's like, let's go. And 2023, I got big plans. So I don't know, we'll see how it goes. But what I do know is you can always have plans, but the route that you take to get there is never going to be the one that you had in your head. Like you're gonna go like, usually you're gonna end up going the scenic route, like hella back roads, bumpy roads, potholes, road closures, U-turns, all sorts. Like you just have to, but as long as you stay focused, and most importantly, write down like what it is you want to do, what it is you're trying to achieve, and have a vehicle to get you there. Stay focused, and always remember, the game is the game.